Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today I am doing a review for you guys. This is the Captain Marvel series that just finished. It's just a short little series 1 through 10. So yeah, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. First one, book 1 starts as Captain Marvel becoming the commander of Alpha Flight, and so she basically oversees any danger. Like, it was basically like her, and she's got like a team of people also. They just kind of oversee any danger that happens. So the 4 people are, it's her, Puck, Aurora, and Sasquatch. That's the 4 of them basically that are just followed throughout the whole entire series. First mission, there is basically like an alien ship that they identify that's coming towards them, that's gonna like attack them, or they're not really sure what is gonna happen with it. So they identify it, and then they go to investigate, and then the very last thing that you see in this issue is that when Captain Marvel flies to go up to the ship, she sees that the symbol on the ship is the same like symbol on her, like it's a Kree symbol on her, like the same one that's on her outfit. Number 2, right here. So the team goes inside the ship and sees it's been abandoned for like 200 years, I think that they estimated. So they investigate it more, and they end up getting attacked, and they're kind of forced to abandon it, and they have to return back to Alpha Flight, but they capture it, and they like lock it onto their Alpha Flight ship somehow. I'm not really sure. So yeah, that was the end of that one. And then number 3 right here. So they have the ship attached to their Alpha Flight, and once they're able to go back in and investigate it more, they run into some more problems, and they get like attacked, and just all sorts of things happen. And so they try to release it, but it's like stuck to Alpha Flight somehow, so they have to try and detach it. And finally it gets identified as a Satori ship, and basically they're just anti-Kree people. At the very end of this one, they kind of pick up some more readings that another Satori ship vessel is like on their way to, like towards their ship too, so now I get to deal with that one. So number 4, they start to, or the other ship starts to attack Alpha Flight. So this ends up being a battle basically against the 2 of them, 2 teams obviously. So they aren't really making much progress, so they start to go like inside, and they're able to capture and get in contact with one of the people that's inside the ship. And so they take him back to Alpha Flight, and they kind of tell him like, hey, we're not bad people, you know. And they see, once he like wakes up, he sees her symbol on her outfit. So you know, he's like, oh, you're Kree or whatever, and she's like, no, we're not. So she has to like try and convince him that they're like good people, and so then they release him back to the other ship, like his home ship or whatever, and it gets attacked because his people like don't really know like who it is or whatever, so they attack him. Oops. So number 5, the 2 ships, they fight for a while, and then they realize that Captain Marvel is like all who they're really wanting. So then she kind of surrenders herself to them and goes aboard their ship just to protect the other people on Alpha Flight. So number 6, this one is where the Civil War part kind of starts. First big thing that happens is that Dr. Minerva, and she is someone who is Kree. She, I guess, was from the original Miss Marvel run, and so I don't really know much about her, but I know that she was, yeah, just Kree, and she was kind of against Captain Marvel from the beginning. So she seems to be planning something in California. So the Alpha Flight team, they investigate it and they find her. So they're not really prepared for how much power that she has. So she ends up kind of escaping and leaving them. So the team goes and investigates kind of what she's done, and so they find out that she has unleashed like a virus onto the humans there, and there's just a whole bunch of destruction and chaos going on there. So yeah, that's fun. So number 7, this one starts with Captain Marvel in front of a board of like the governors or whatever. And so I don't really want to say too much, I guess, because I don't really want to give it away. You have to read Civil War in order to like fully understand what's happening. But basically there was just a mission gone wrong, and so they were kind of blaming her because there was this guy involved, and his name is Ulysses, I think. Yeah. And he saw a vision of something happening, and so they went to try and kind of prevent it happening, and then something else sort of happened kind of bad. So she was brought in front of this board or whatever because they thought that she was withholding information from them, like saying that, oh, she knew that he had this power or whatever, and so she basically has to kind of defend herself and say why she's innocent. So she went and visited him, and after like this had all happened before like she was brought in front of the board, she visited him and she just kind of tried to convince him like, hey, everything that happened wasn't your fault, and you know, it is what it is. So I think that you were very helpful in this way, even though this happened, you were helpful in this way, so you should still try and, you know, be with us and help us out, you know? At the end of this issue, Dr. Minerva, she is actually planning on releasing like another virus or something. So Ulysses actually predicts it, and so they go and stop her, and all is well with that. Number 8. This is kind of just like a filler issue, basically. Not really much action happens. A lot of it is just basically her trying to figure out how to respond to Ulysses' visions without causing too much damage. His next vision is in California, where a guy who turned into Thundersword, but he's no longer him. He may be trying to harness his energy back up again, so they get to him before anything happens, and that's basically what happens in this one. Number 9. Not much really happens in this one again until the end, where Ulysses sees a vision that one of the team members of the Alpha Flight, Aurora, she ends up turning on Captain Marvel. So of course Captain Marvel, she questions her, and then it results in basically the whole team kind of turning on Captain Marvel, like, how could you accuse her of being against you or whatever, basically how that ends. Alright, and then the last issue, issue 10. So one of the people on the board that I previously mentioned, his name is Philip. He takes the 3 of them into custody for turning on Captain Marvel, and then I guess Captain Marvel kind of knew something was up, so she didn't really let her guard down fully. So she leaves the room, and then we realize that it was all his plan along to have them turn on her and to get them out of the way, basically. So then at the end, the sword that they took in I think it was the 8th issue, from that guy, the Thundersword guy, it was there, and so it was his plan to take it and then harness it and use it. So Captain Marvel, she was suspicious of him though, so she saved the 3 of them and they defeated him, and that was basically her, and that was basically it. So then at the end, it's just kind of her dealing with the aftermath of everything, and then she goes back to Alpha Flight, and yeah, everything's well at this point. That's basically it. So yeah, just a 10-issue series. I would say it's pretty quick read. A lot of it was kind of like filler stuff, which was like, whatever. But overall, I like Captain Marvel, so I would recommend this to anyone that likes Captain Marvel. I just didn't like how it just had like a lot of like filler stuff that wasn't really necessary, but other than that, and then also you have to read the Civil War to be able to understand what's going on in the second half of the series, or second half of the story arc. So that's kind of like a bummer too, but other than that, I like it and I give it a thumbs up, and yes.
Yes. Artwork
is good. It was just the basic, it's nothing special. It's nothing special. So yeah, I think you guys should read this if you like Captain Marvel, but if you don't, then don't read it, whatever. Yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to our channel. And we will be uploading again on Wednesdays, so make sure you check that out. And yeah, we will see you guys then.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching.